What's going on, guys? I'm Jace.
And I'm Josh. So what we're going to do right now, we're going to watch... We are a little late on this, but we're going to watch the Water Remnants for Volume 2. Dust, Kingdoms...
And then there was...
Grimm and Aura. We're going to watch them all right now in this one video.
How long are all they?
They're all like 2 minutes. 2-3 minutes.
Yeah, might as well, yeah. We'll do them all in one video.
I feel like I know a little bit about these things. Well, actually, I don't know a lot about the Kingdoms at all. What are the names of the kingdoms? They're in Vale right now, right?
That sounds familiar. I don't remember. It's been a while since we've watched RWBY.
Alright. So, I kind of understand the point of the aura.
So we're going to go into this with open minds because we don't know what we're not really sure what we do know exactly.
This will probably correct us. So. Maybe a lot of stuff we know is wrong.
Alright. So that being said,
Dust.
Let's do it. Part 1, Dust. I did that for 2 seconds. How do I have a headache from that?
You shook your head too much.
Dust.
Dust.
Dust. By definition, it is a naturally occurring energy propellant that can be triggered by the aura of humans and faunas.
Oh.
But in reality, it is much, much more. Found in 4 basic forms, dust can be combined both artificially
Fire,
and naturally
water, earth,
to
and
form
wind.
new, stronger types, each with unique properties.
Air.
Since its discovery,
Okay, is that a ripoff
man
from
has
the last
concocted
Airbender?
No,
a
I'm pretty sure that's not what it
multitude of
was.
ways in which to harness the powers of these mysterious crystals. From airships to androids, dust has made its way into practically every facet of technology.
They use it to power the
Some
airships?
prefer to use dust in its raw form. Elegant, yet destructive. Those who choose to wield dust in this state must possess a certain level of discipline to ensure that their resulting powers do not break free from their control.
Okay.
Dust ammunition serves as a more practical application in today's modern society.
Very nice.
With the technological advancements in weapon design, warriors need simply choose the right cartridge for the job and pull the trigger. While this has become the standard method of use, it is not uncommon to find individuals still practicing more archaic forms of dust manipulation, such as weaving it into clothing, or even infusing it directly with their own bodies.
Wait a minute. Is that what Cinder does?
Despite
put it into her
working,
clothing, that's
fighting,
Is that why she had the needle?
and turning a profit with it, humanity has still yet
Oh my
to
God.
understand how dust
She
came
infused
to
it.
be, and more importantly, how their involvement
shit.
with dust will ultimately
She like has a whole
change
wardrobe
the
of like
world
dust
of Remnant.
clothing.
Like Urza, she has like a bunch of different shit that does a bunch of different clothes that do a bunch of different shit. So, I thought so. You need an aura in order to use dust.
Apparently.
Well, how do they use it to power the androids and the airships?
Remember Penny?
Well, Penny has an
She's
aura.
not-
She's the only thing that is. She's probably powered by. I don't know. We don't even know if she's powered by dust. She could be. She
Well,
also-
yeah, we haven't really seen her use dust, but
I guess
she's not a real girl, but
there is a way. I guess there's somehow a way for them to use it to power their airships and the robots. And
is it possible for them to...
you can weave it into the clothing? Because I remember seeing Cinder do like a bunch of crazy shit.
We
and,
know
like,
she did that, that's for sure. When she was in that tower and then RWBY found her. We saw her do that.
She's like spinning around and...
Some interesting things. I think this is mostly an introduction to dust. I mean...
She like has a needle. And I was like, what's the needle for? Maybe the needle's her weapon. It transforms into a tank. And then I said, fuck physics in this show.
That must be a heavy fucking needle then.
Yeah. So you can weave dust into your clothing. What would that do though?
Well, if it added like resistance, like if you had
Bulletproof clothes.
like if you well, what if, like for example, if you infused it with water dust or something like that, you'd be more resistant to like fire or something.
Or the other way around. I don't know. I think dust is just like it does whatever the plot wants it to do. Same thing with Weiss's glyphs. They do the same.
Or the same thing they do in the Flash with the Star Labs. Right?
Yeah, it makes anything that the plot.
They make
demands.
anything the plot needs. Yeah.
Like someone commented when we did our are like in our early, like volume 1. They said Weiss's semblance is glyphs, and it basically does whatever the plot wants it to do.
All right, you know what? Well, we still got several questions about dust. I mean, this has clarified some things.
Yeah, I remember dust. Like, Weiss uses dust, and she makes ice and shit.
All right, next up, World of Remnant 2, Kingdoms. Moving on.
Oh, this is gonna confuse the shit out of me. Kingdoms? I don't know anything about kingdoms.
Well, that's why we're watching this.
Yeah. RWBY. Kingdoms.
The world of Remnant is a dangerous place, particularly for man.
Who destroyed the
In
moon?
the countless years that humanity has roamed the planet, civilizations have grown.
Is this the world?
But 4 have we.
This is the world of the map of the world?
Atlas, Mistral,
Atlas.
Vacuo, Veil. These 4 kingdoms, with the
okay.
help of natural
Shit, I should write
barriers
this
and
down.
human tenacity, have proven that they have.
When are you gonna
the
write
will
this?
to
Really?
survive.
If you really want to write it
Each
down.
Hey,
kingdom
give me
has
that.
a governing council to represent the people and their needs. Next comes the military. While most kingdoms
You want me
only
to go back?
call on its
got it.
citizens to serve when needed, others find it important to be prepared. There are still those who choose to venture outside
Be ready for your
the
test
walls of the
next week.
kingdoms.
Oh, shut up.
Roaming nomads and small villages are not uncommon, yet neither is their tendency to disappear overnight. Lastly, the Huntsman Academies. These institutions' sole purpose is to train the next generation of huntsmen. The next generation of defenders that will live and die to protect the lifestyle that they've become so accustomed to.
Oh shit, there's a Grim.
Yes, the world of Remnant is indeed a dangerous place, but the 4 kingdoms stand as beacons of hope, as safe havens from the darkness that surrounds them. They are the key to mankind's survival, as long as they stand united.
Oh my. Go back to the map. So I wrote down, so the 4 kingdoms are Veil, Mistral, Vacuo, and Atlas. And I also wrote dragon, because that part, like right there, looks like a dragon to me.
What this?
Yeah,
this right.
it looks
I
like
can see a head up there.
It looks like
yeah?
Charizard. It's got like these are the legs, this is the tail, and this is like the wings.
It looks like just the bones of the wing.
The bones of the wings.
That looks weird. That does look strange though.
And there's nothing there. So and then each one has its own academy that trains the next generation of warriors. So we know RWBY and everyone. They go to Beacon, which is in Vale. So they're the one in the middle right there.
But then there's this weird island that has no kingdoms on it. So
Yeah.
The Charizard Island.
You want to? What if it's just infested with Grim? Like too infested with Grim in order to like empty it out.
Grim Island.
Oh, that'd be a cool name. That looks
Imagine
like,
they end
look
up
at this thing.
Huh?
It kind of looks like a time wraith from the Flash. Just
Oh
one.
my God.
Because it looks like it's got like a skull right here, and then just like it just looks like
arm,
like,
cloak.
Like
That's what it looks like.
Yeah.
I see that.
I mean, like I knew that like Beacon was like a very good school for like training next. I just didn't know that there were like 4 of them. There's 4 beacons out there.
Oh wait, each kingdom has beacon?
Well, it could be named something else, but each one has like a school, an institution that trains the next league of defenders.
The huntsman.
Mm-hmm. The huntsman, yes, huntsmen and huntresses. And I wrote down the word military for some reason. I don't know why.
All right, next up, Grim.
Okay, Grim.
Because you're taking notes.
Taking notes. I gotta learn. Oh shit!
A ravenous, destructive force that covers the majority of Remnant. While often referred to simply as Grim in the common vernacular, these beings serve as the greatest foe to mankind. For as long as humanity can recall walking the surface of Remnant, so do they remember this wicked force.
Oh shit!
Many ancient cultures believed the creatures of Grimm to be animals possessed by evil spirits, or perhaps the spirits of tortured animals themselves.
Spirits of tortured
However, further
animals,
study,
evil spirits,
as well as the discovery of
possessing
newer,
animals.
more horrific forms of Grimm, does not support this hypothesis. With new creatures discovered every day, scientists perpetually find themselves with more questions than answers. While very little is known of their origin, some key facts have been observed in the wild.
Oh, he did.
First and foremost, the Grimm exclusively attack humans and their creations. While occasional skirmishes between wildlife and Grimm have occurred, these instances appear to be based on territorial provocations rather than a need for sustenance. In fact, the common belief is that the Grimm are not obligated to feed. They choose to. What is perhaps even more unsettling is the basis of their attraction. The creatures of Grimm are lured towards negative emotion. In the rare instances when villages are capable of defending against a wave of Grimm, their survival is not guaranteed, as widespread panic will only lead to more attacks. Little else is known about the creatures of Grimm. Keeping them in captivity has proven to be an understandably difficult task, as the creatures tend to either die or kill those who imprisoned them in the first place. To further complicate study, the corpse of a Grimm will only remain for a short period of time before completely evaporating. Those who hunt the beasts for sport find this particularly upsetting, but manage to get by with cheap taxidermy
That's Professor Porton.
and bombastic storytelling. Although the
That
creatures
is totally
of Grimm
Professor Porton.
appear mindless, more delicate observation has proven contradictory. It has been noted that while younger Grimm tend to be more reckless, older Grimm, who have managed to survive their battles, have the tendency to learn from their experience and will exercise caution in the future. This perverse form of self-preservation allows the creatures to become more effective killers. And in the end, killing is all that matters.
Dark.
Shit, man. Grimm's scary. So I wrote down a lot. I wrote down Grimm. I wrote down Grimm. They cover a majority of the planet.
Oh boy.
The world of Remnant. I wrote Grimm. I also wrote down Grimm equals scary. All right. Good analysis. All right. Grimm. They only attack humans. They will attack other Grimm, but only for like territory. They're believed to be ancient animals that were like possessed by tortured souls, or they were tortured animals. The corpse of a Grimm evaporates. Have you ever seen it? Have you seen that?
We've never seen that.
Maybe
I don't think we've ever seen that.
I don't think it's in the animation budget. So at least not yet. So we know that they can't. In order to study it, you have to capture it, but even that proves difficult because it'll either die or kill the people who imprison it. And they're attracted by negative emotions. That sounds like the worst part. So if there's like you see one Grimm and you panic a little bit, that'll attract more Grimm. And then
the world of RWBY is scary.
This is very scary. This is fucking scary. This is. I mean, the world's. I was looking at the schools, and they're only in like this one little spot. I'm like, there's still a lot of land to cover. I wonder what else is there. Probably just a lot of Grimm.
What if that was just that one little? We had that little smile shape there, with two on each end.
Yeah.
You're thinking that like that big old space just has a ton of Grimm in it?
It could be a lot of forest with a lot of wild Grimm in it. I wrote this down. I thought this was younger Grimm are reckless, while older Grimm like learn and are more effective killers. That's even more scary. Although I guess one thing I learned, I came to conclusion, is that the Grimm are something I realized. The Grimm are based off of like fairy tale bad guys. Like there's the wolves, because the RWBY is Red Riding Hood. There's the big bad wolf, and then there's Yang. There's Yang, Goldilocks and the Three Bears. There's a bear,
which is called the Ursa.
Ursa, yeah. And then there's I don't know who else. I don't know. That's just what I'm thinking. Grimm are fucking scary. Usually we watch the show. I'm like, just fucking kill the Grimm. It's easy. Moving on
to Aura.
Ow. Ow.
Stop it.
Stop it. Stop hitting me.
Huntsmen are widely regarded as
RWBY.
the world's greatest warriors.
I don't think that's a
While
coincidence,
skilled
Josh.
in a wide variety of weaponry and hand-to-hand combat, these champions
that's Sun.
are also masters of a much greater
There's Ren.
aura. Aura is a manifestation of the soul, a life force that runs through every living creature on Remnant, whether they are a meager shopkeep or a renowned knight. However, what sets true warriors apart from all others is their ability to amplify and control their aura. Aura is primarily used as a defensive mechanism, passively coating the wielder in a protective force field. It can protect a combatant from what would normally be a fatal blow. It does not, however, make the user invincible. As they receive more and more damage, their aura reserve will deplete. If this happens, all the fighter will be left with is his resolve. Fortunately, when a fight turns gruesome, a warrior can also rely on their aura in a different manner. Semblance is a term used to describe the projection of aura into a more tangible form. For some, this could be the ability to control objects with telekinesis. For others, it could mean
throw shit at me, Glenda.
strength. The power associated
Oh, that's Yang.
with semblance is completely unique. With enough training and focus, a user's aura can turn them into something much more than just a man.
Osmond's semblance! His semblance is coffee! Oh my god!
I can't believe we didn't figure that out.
It's so obvious! The fuck was that though? It was just all of them using their semblance.
And he just
Like Yang's punching, Blake doing the splitter thing, Ruby dashing away. The fuck? Alright. I wrote down aura is a manifestation of the soul.
Alright.
That's very cool. Aura, the thing that sets everyone in the world of Remnant has aura.
But so the part is their ability to control it.
Yeah, like if you can control your aura, that makes you that makes you like a good warrior. And I saw like you know how like the person was like glowing, and then he had his sword, and the sword was glowing.
Right.
Someone told me the reason that the food in the food fight wasn't breaking was because of the kids were like putting their aura into the food and making it indestructible.
Oh God.
So there you go. I remember someone commented in the food fight episode we watched. He said, "You guys, like, and yeah, guys, in a world with half people, half humans, monsters roaming the city, and people who can explode into rose petals, let's talk about this indestructible food." That's the biggest concern on it.
I'm pretty sure you're the one that brought that up.
So let's say that you have a sword. You want to like slice my pen. I could put my aura into the pen and prevent it from being destroyed. And it acts as a shield. It acts as a shield. The aura acts as a shield. So if you try to slice me with a knife, I won't die. I'll just take a little bit of my aura away. But the aura can eventually run out. That's what I think is interesting. And I remember in the first volume, Pyrrha said that Grimm do not have aura, which explains why they go down like a bunch of little bitches, like a bunch of little paper bitches.
5 minutes ago.
Shit, man, Grimm's scary.
And now,
Like a bunch of little bitches.
And then we are finally through with the role of Remnant. I learned a lot today, actually.
Yeah, that's cool.
Cool stuff.
Is it? Well, should a show have to have like a little tutorial giving you like a little explanation about the world? Shouldn't the show do that itself? Well, I guess you don't really
Kind
need.
of should actually.
Yeah, but I mean, well, RWBY's a complex world, I guess.
There's a lot to understand about it.
I mean, it's not like the show will just stop for a minute to explain like the kingdoms and everything. You don't want too much exposition. That would be boring.
Hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'm Jace.
And I'm Josh.
And we'll see you guys in the next video.